All the scores, all the highlights, all the fans. This is Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Round one of the high school football playoffs was everything we'd hoped it would be, and tonight, round two lived up to the hype as well. Powers Catholic endured a 3-loss season, but this was a team that was better than their record would indicate. Meanwhile, Frankenmuth finished the season with a sparkling 8-1 record during the regular season, and they followed that up with a first-round shutout of Ovid Elsie last weekend. Tonight, the two teams met in Frankenmuth, and the stakes couldn't be higher. We are in the second half. Frankenmuth's up 15-12. That was your halftime score. Not a lot of scoring in the second half. This was the definition of an old-fashioned slobber knocker. Powers head coach Bob Buckle didn't punt or attempt a field goal the entire game. Kind of backfires on him right here on 4th and 2. The Eagles sniff it out. Fourth quarter now. This was the key play of the game. Powers going for it on 4th and 10. If they don't make it, the game is likely over. Riley Stark drops back, fires to Alex Thompson, who is wide open across the middle. Thompson takes it all the way down to the Frankenmuth 8-yard line with 59 seconds left in the game. On the next play, the Chargers go back to the air. Noah Sargent fires a strike to Jacques Ponier in the end zone, and that would prove to be your game winner as Powers Catholic beats Frankenmuth 19-15. After the game, I asked Coach Buckle about his decision to not punt or kick field goal the entire game.
I just didn't think if we give him the ball back that we'd ever get it again. So we went for it on 4th down several times. I don't know. Just real emotional right now. I mean, it came down to the last minute and somehow we pulled it out.
The Chargers advance to the third round of the playoffs where they will square off with Lansing Catholic next week. It was a cold one at Beecher tonight as they took on Madison Heights Madison, and Madison Heights Madison was on their game. Brandon Beacon charges through the middle and goes all the way. They open up a 19-point lead, and that would prove to be insurmountable for Beecher. Marcus Wright will dance out of a couple of tackles here and pick up a first down right down the middle of the field. The Eagles ball, they hand it off to Chris Galt, who takes it into the end zone for another touchdown as the Eagles extend the lead. On the ensuing kickoff, the Bucks get a little jolt of energy here as Malik Ellison dashes to the right, makes a couple of defenders mix, and brings it all the way back to midfield before he's taken down. Wright just couldn't catch a break tonight. He gets sacked by the Eagles defense right here, just nowhere to go with the football. And then the last-ditch effort to regain control. Wright is going to go down one more time. Beecher falls 32-6.
We came out, slow start. Nothing to take nothing away from Madison. They came in here and they basically rammed the ball down our throat.
The Bucks finished the season 10-1. Meanwhile, Millington was at Ithaca for some Division VI playoffs. We're going to pick this game up in the first quarter. Millington's Caleb Washer drops back to pass, and he is met by Jonah Loomis for the big sack and loss of yards. That would lead to this. On to the second quarter now. Ithaca's Jake Smith hands to Dallas Reeser, who gets in from about a yard out, and it's 7-0 Yellow Jackets as they do what they do best. Minutes later, Smith goes to the air. This time, Miles Waldron makes a pretty catch in the back of the end zone. Nice toss, too. 14-0 Ithaca at the half. Third quarter now. More Jackets, 3rd and short. Smith calls his own number, gets outside, and takes off before being taken down inside the 15-yard line. That would set up this play later in the drive. 2nd and goal. They go back to Reeser again from short range. He's going to punch it in and make it 20-0. Ithaca wins 35-0. They will play Madison Heights Madison next week at home. Up in Freeland, the Falcons hosted the Clare Pioneers in a round 2 playoff matchup. Third quarter, Freeland's already up 35-0. They keep it on the ground as Jake Jankoska slips a couple of tackles, and he'll pick up 25 yards before it's all said and done. And that's going to set up this Jarrett rifle pass. You think he's going to throw a touchdown here, but we set it up differently. He gets picked off by Zach Brockway. The guy with the coolest name on the team steps in front of the pass, and it's Clare going the other way. On the ensuing drive, Joe Houston hauls in a bullet for a Pioneer first down. The offense gets a little something going here. Fourth quarter now, Travis Vita looking down the sidelines, but he gets picked off by Janoska, showing up on the defensive side of the ball now. Freeland preserves the shutout at that point. Later in the quarter, it's Max Kubiak's turn. He goes over left guard for another first down, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Falcons stick with a running game as Blake DeSander punches it in. Freeland wins a laugher 41-0. Head coach Kevin Townsend had this to say about his team's performance.
Great group of kids. I told them I love every single one of them, but I didn't want tonight to be the last night. And those seniors stepped up and played great for them.
Freeland advances to the next round, and they will play the winner of Menominee and Calumet. Lapeer put their unbeaten season on the line tonight as they battle the reigning state champion Clarkson. And in New Lothrop, they faced one of their toughest tests of the year as Danville came to town. Could the Hornets take the next step towards the state title? I'll have the answer coming up after the break.
You're watching M&M on NBC 25! With the Frankenmuth cheerleaders! And you're watching Friday Night Football on NBC 25!
Welcome back. The New Lothrop Hornets football program is one of the best kept secrets in the state, but if they keep this up, they're going to be a household name. Tonight they put their undefeated season on the line as they welcome Danville to town. We're going to go no huddle now. New Lothrop and Danville were in the first quarter when the Hornets up 7-0 and driving Ben Murin keeps it. Powers over the left side for 7 yards and a first down. Later in the drive, Murin is going to fake everyone out, including me. Calls his own number and strolls into the end zone untouched. The Hornets would go on to crush Danville 41-14, and they will play Detroit Loyola in round 3 of the playoffs. Midland Dow, big game with Muskegon Mona Shores. First quarter, Mona Shores leads 7-0. The Chargers are trying to match it when Alex Marty gets dropped by Evan DeYoung. That's going to go down to sack. Marty looking for more later in the game, rolls out looking for Mike Robb, but he gets picked off by Hunter Broersma. Mona Shores gets the offense going as Matt Schweetman gets behind the defense and takes it to the house. Muskegon Mona Shores ends Midland Dow's season as they wallop the Chargers 41-14. Lapeer was on the road at Clarkson, what probably the toughest game you could possibly play. Both teams had to score in the first quarter. Wolves are up 1 point. Elijah Hunt hands to Travis Marcino. He gets roughed up by the Wolves defense. Lapeer will score another touchdown. Clarkson makes up some yardage with a huge pass to Tim Gabriel as he gets brought down at the 30-yard line. Clarkson squeaks by Lapeer 23-20. Other scores to tell you about from around the area now. Michigan Lutheran Seminary crushes Whittemore Prescott 46-0, and Elkin Pigeon Bayport was all over Cass City 32-6. These two teams will actually play each other in the next round of the playoffs. It's time for our play of the night. We're going to start with number 3, Beecher's Marcus Wright. Drops back and fires a long pass intended for Malik Ellison, but he gets picked off by Juwan Johnson. Beecher falls big tonight to Madison Heights, Madison. Play number 2 comes to us courtesy of Mona Shores. Matt Schweetman, we just saw it, gets behind the defense and takes it to the house. Muskegon Mona Shores ends Midland Dow's season as they wallop the Chargers 41-14. And our top play of the night, of course, comes from Frankenmuth and Powers Catholic. Under a minute left in the game, Noah Sargent fires a strike to Jacques Pugnon in the end zone. That would prove to be the game winner. Powers Catholic beats Frankenmuth 19-15. That is going to do it for us tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night when we bring you highlights from Michigan State's game with Ohio State. Michigan battles Northwestern, and we have more high school football playoffs as they continue into Saturday. Thank you for watching. I'm Corey Kopic, and we will see you next time.